Greetings, welcome back to the Penthouse, and in this video we're going to go ahead and work on adding the steps to our sunken living room. So let's go ahead and set it up. Let's get going. And we're back. Alright, so the first thing I want to go ahead and do is grab a cube from our inventory, and right there it is. So I can go ahead and take this cube and I can mold it, sculpt it into the form of a step so that we can then have our stairs. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the height of our stairs. Once that's done, we can then go ahead and back it up and put it flush against the wall. So we got our height there. Good. And we'll go ahead and put that back against the wall. Voila. Alright, so what we're going to do there is run about 2 to 3 foot runs in length. Now we could take this and run it the whole length of that wall up there in the 2D at the top of the screen. But when we go ahead and apply the textures, it's going to skewer or smear, and the presentation will look pretty bad. And I wish it wouldn't do that, but it does. So we'll have to work around it, and that's why we're going to go ahead and just copy paste, and we'll make our runs like this. So 3 feet runs. And alright, so here's a little challenge. We need to put this at this is a 30-degree angle. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know my degrees. Except for outside where I wish it was about 70 degrees, but it's not. Anyway, what we need to do is open our dialog box, and we need to dabble a little bit with the degrees. So we don't need the X, Y axis, W, Z axis, all that fun stuff there. But what we do need is the angle. Angle, I believe, will rotate it to where we need it. So it's at that 30-degree angle or whatever it is. We'll see. We'll see what the what it says in the dialog box here. Well, we'll go ahead and play around with this, and I'm gonna click up. I haven't dabbled with this before. This is the first time this has happened. Because the first time I've done a sunken living room, period, and the first time we've gone on that little 30-degree, because I didn't want to go straight across. That was just boring. So that's why we did what we did there. All right, so there we go. So that's a little bit better, but it's not perfect. Yeah, that's not perfect. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I gabbed all day today, and then got here and started the video. So anyway, that's pretty good. It's not perfect, and I don't think we're going to find, see, it's going to be one way or the other. It's not going to be totally flush the way it's supposed to be, but we'll fix it so that it looks flush. So if you look on the screen there, let's see, on the 2D, if I can fix this the way it's, there we go. Let's back up. And if you look on the far right, on the 2D, on the floor plan, you'll see that that's perfect. You can't even tell that it's not the way it's supposed to be. So we are good contractors, right? We don't want to be a bad contractor. So now we have our 3 to 4 foot runs in with the stairs on that side of the floor plan. Then we want to go ahead and run this side. So remember, our balcony is going to go here. It's going to be all glass. That wall is eventually going to come out. And there is our right angle. There's our stairs on the western side of the wall, on the balcony side. And it looks great. Looks, just inspecting it to make sure everything's straight. It's all in line all the way across. That's the way it appears to me. More eyes and better than one. But that's the way it looks. So, all right. So our next step, no pun intended, but our next step is to add a texture. Remember when we did the, if we were going to make a long run with it, it would smear. So that's why we were going to do the 3.3 foot runs. And you'll see here, we went with the carpet because it just made more sense than the hardwood. But look at that. Look how professional that looks. That looks awesome. So we got our carpet in. And I'm going to go ahead in a second as we take in the view. And there's a few things we need to take. Oh, the bottom of the stairs there. We need to put a boot or something, because that piece underneath goes all the way down. That spine goes all the way down there. That's another project, but I just noticed that. All right. So anyway, the only issue, I see two issues. Number one, there's a little gray spot that's not filled in. I don't know what's up with that. But right on the first step, on the right there, right where it ends, it's a little gray patch. So we need to take care of that. Our second issue, we're going to address any moment. And don't know if you see it or not, but we're going to run a little scenario. All right, so let's pretend that we have furniture in our living room, and eventually we will. That's in the video right around the corner. But we had a party. We're going to wrap up the party. We've been a great host or hostess, and that mirror looks awful. Sorry. I don't know what's up with that. I've got a good computer. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, so we're going to step up, and we're going to go to the bar, right? So it's been a few hours, had a great party. We're exhausted, all right? And we're going to hop right up. There we go, to the bars. And let's say we've been up here for 45 minutes. We've had our drinks, and we're going to step back down, right? And we want to relax because now we're feeling a little tipsy. We're not drunk. No, it's not that type of party. We're tipsy. But if we come to the stairs and we're going to go into a living room and have a seat on the sofa, we can't see where the step starts, right? So that's a little bit of a bummer. That could be dangerous, right? And if we step over to the powder room, so let's say we come out of the powder room, it's going to be the same scenario, all right? So we step over here. We're feeling good, right? We come out the powder room, and there is no step there. Now, I would have to say, if this was rendered, if we could run in a rendered environment, rendered meaning everything's shaded, there's shadows, it looks surreal, right? Then you would probably see the stair possibly where it would start, right? But because we have lack of shading and shadows for the most part, we most certainly can't see it. But we'll talk about rendering in a little bit. So, got another box from the inventory, or another cube from the inventory. This is the one thing I do like about Sweet Home 3D. They have an ensemble of shapes. So they do have cubes, which we're working with right now. They have triangles. They have spheres. And they have arches. That's really not a shape, but they have arches. And you can use those and apply them wherever you need to apply them. And I remember reading a long time ago when I just picked up Sweet Home, and I was just reading some comments. I was seeing what other creators were doing on YouTube, and someone said, Sweet Home needs more shapes, end quote. Sweet Home needs more shapes. And when you know it, the developers, the talented developers, added in shapes. So that is awesome. I don't know what I would do without them. Like, how would I get this border in? I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get this. There we go. I will say I did have HGTV home builder software. I didn't have it for long because I put it on my laptop and I didn't mean to do that. I guess I was tipsy myself. And I went ahead and put it on my current gaming rig. And once on there, I went ahead and opened it up, and it said, well, not so fast. You have another copy. There we go. We have another copy out there. So I went ahead and uninstalled both copies, both from the laptop and the rig, and then went ahead and reinstalled it on the desktop, on my gaming rig. And went ahead and opened it, and I got the same thing. So I hardly got a lot of time to play with it. Excuse me. But I will say, I like Sweet Home better, and that's not a knock. That's just personal preference. So there's just a lot of more freedom to create your interiors and your exteriors, things like that. From what I can say, because I did play around a little bit with the HDTV software, so with the home builder software, And this is just so much more better, in my opinion. Again, that's not a knock. It's just personal preference. So, anyway, we have an issue here. And that issue is the same that we had before. We can't get this to line up. And I think I edited it. Yeah. So I went ahead and fast forwarded. And now it looks better. We're going to run the same scenario. We're at the bar. And same thing. We get off the bar. You can see right there, there's our lines. So now we don't fall flat on our keister, right? It is a good day. And that looks so much better. So at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video. It looks awesome. There's still a few things we need to address, but suffice it to say, we have our sunken living room, we have our stairs. So, as we always say, leave a like, leave a comment, but don't leave without joining the California Dreamers Association. How do you do that? You hit the subscribe button and you hit the bell. And by doing that, you get a push alert every time we do a new project around the Penthouse. So again, I want to thank everyone for watching and for visiting the home of virtual home creation. Signing off for now. Goodbye, everybody.